You're listening to Advice Line with Roy Masters. Call Roy at 1-800-866-8883.
William in Michigan, you are a terrible coward and you don't know what to do about it, right?
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
How are you, Mr. Masters?
Good.
Grandfather Masters.
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. Bear with me because I didn't meditate today and I drank and I'm a pig and I'm rotten and I'm a sinner.
No, naughty, naughty.
And I owe you an apology.
Why? Oh, you're resenting me?
I wrote you some letters and said how rotten you were. I mean, I wrote you letters and I blamed you for my own rottenness.
But that's nothing unusual.
Well, it was wrong and I'm sorry about it.
That's all right.
And I know I'm a terrible coward because when somebody like...
What are you afraid of, though? Are you afraid of people or what is your fear?
I was afraid of a guy at work. He was a cook and he kind of like threatened me and I realized I saw this coward in me.
Well, that's all right. And listen. I'm a coward too.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I am.
Fearless.
Well, no. This is how I become not one. I see my fear. I watch it. And it goes away. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
I see what I have to do then, and I do it. All of a sudden, the determination comes to do it, and even though it says, but you'll lose your friends, you'll lose your house, or whatever it is you might lose, it always gives you a feeling that you're going to lose something, and that you know that you don't have a right to do that. You should really be their friend. No, right's right, wrong's wrong, and quietly, all I look is at fear of speaking up or doing something about it. I don't have to do something about it. I only have to see, I don't know, maybe I don't know what to do. But I fear that too. But when I see that, I'm no longer a coward. It goes right away, and I find myself either the situation resolves itself, or the fear goes away, and the person sees that I'm not afraid of them, and they become afraid of me. A very strange thing happens. So most of the time, I avoid a confrontation just by not being afraid. All of a sudden, my fear goes away, and the other person becomes afraid of me. How do you figure that one?
Because they see that you'll talk to
them. But that's just part of it. That doesn't mean to say I would knock his block off if I had to.
I couldn't do that. That's why I'm so scared of him.
Oh, you mean to say, so what you're really saying is you don't want to hurt...
Bigger than me and stronger than me and something inside me...
Oh, wait a minute. Listen, I was only 150 pounds soaking wet. I'm 175 pounds still soaking wet. But the thing is... I wasn't afraid of... listen, I was in South Africa once. And I worked in a diamond cutting factory, and they didn't like Jews. I don't know, I'm Jewish. So there was a man called Tiny Botha. He weighs 260 pounds, and he's Olympic training for the Olympics, wrestling and weightlifting. So he starts with me. I beat him up. Well, because I'm not afraid of him. I said, well, let's go to the gym. So I threw him all over the gym. So then next day, he was in the cloakroom. He didn't know how to deal with defeat. So he turns around, and before he gets hold of my head and smashes his head into my nose, and there's blood all over me. But it wasn't a few minutes before I was on top of him, beating him up. The thing is... Can I ask you one thing? No, the point is, there's lots of things like that in my life. And if you can just drop that part of you that just fears or starts to resent your fear, there's two parts to fear, resentment, and the other side of it, when you resent, the lingering part is called fear. For instance, if I'm rude to you, you meet me for the first time, and it's a small town, so you get to meet me again, and I really upset you. Yeah, I had no call to upset you, but I did. 2 weeks later, you've forgotten the event. 2 weeks later, you see someone coming down a long way off, and all of a sudden you have a fear. You don't want to confront me. You kind of want to hide. You go into the next shop in the street, so you hide from me. But it isn't me. When I get closer and closer, you see it just looks like me. It isn't me. The fear part lingers after you are resentful, so that you've got two things to overcome. When you start to fear, you resent your own fear.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct? As a means of as to be angry to overcome it.
Lord.
Well, that's what makes you more afraid. You're not a fearful person. You just don't understand your own self. You don't understand your own machinery.
I have a serious problem I need your help with.
Well, that is a serious problem I just told you about.
I'm listening, but I can't get a car. I have $10,000.
No, you changed the subject.
No, but they won't let me have a car, and I need one. I don't know how.
Who's they?
People.
Who's they?
The people that handle the money, the lawyer and the guardian.
Well, wait a minute. You are you don't make a living?
I had a job, but I quit. Something told me to quit it because
something told. Whoa, wait a minute. So you have an inheritance? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, my aunt died and she left me $15,000.
No, you wouldn't know what to do with it. You get it anyway.
I want a car, though.
Oh, well, I tell you what. I'm talking to the wrong person.
Just leave it alone?
No, I'm talking to the wrong person. I'll leave you alone. Goodbye. Nice talking to you. Okay. There's nobody I can talk to in there. I don't hear what I'm saying. There's two of them. But you heard what I said, didn't you? You see, that you can talk directly to the problem. He changes the subject. But the subject gives me the clue that he's a weakling. He is dependent on someone all his life. All of a sudden he's got a windfall, $10,000. Oh, something told him to quit his job. That's something that's what's wrong with everybody.